everybody, James Swank here with JUNK180, 707-536-0740. Check us out online at junk180.com. Serve the North Bay, East Bay, and Napa Valley. That's Solano County, Contra Costa County, and parts of Sonoma, Marin, Alameda, and San Francisco counties. Pretty big area. I just want to make a short video. I know I've been saying that a lot in the more recent videos. I do actually intend for them to be shorter in length and limit the amount of times that I repeat myself to make a point, kind of a storyteller. So I'm going to show you something that happened today on one of our jobs, and I did it personally. All right, so job is complete. We did have a little mishap on this job. I'm going to show you. But you can see this room is empty. This bed's gone, it's empty. Empty. A couple built-in shelves. You gotta be careful not to just start yanking off the wall. You're gonna cause drywall damage. But you can see actually the carpet's been replaced with those built-ins in place. And over here, it's gone. Closet contents, hangers, whatever. That stuff's all gone. All the stuff in the garage is gone too. I won't bother to show you that. But what I do want to show you is this. That there's a size 14. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on these stairs. So you got to be very careful going up and down these stairs if you got big feet like me. Because let me show you exactly what I did. I take personal responsibility for this, but coming down the stairs, carrying some drawers, I missed this one, had my weight too far forward and slipped right down and stumbled right into this wall. So that's about maybe 4 inches by 3 inches. It's not a complicated patch. Being somebody that used to work in construction, that's something I personally could patch. But as a business owner, I'm going to let a professional handle that. I've already reached out to the client to be transparent, to let them know, even though the house is not occupied, somebody owns it, right? Somebody's got to make the choice. You can't just go and perform work on somebody's property without their permission. So I've already contacted the client, and I've already contacted a subcontractor to actually perform the work. The subcontractor is ready to go. I'm just waiting for the thumbs up go ahead from the client, which this is being relayed through a realtor, a broker actually, to their clients. The broker seems to think it's no big deal, but he's reaching out to his clients just to make sure it's okay. We caused a little bit of damage to a wall. I was coming down the stairs. Luckily, this home was unoccupied. It was a referral from a local real estate broker, and the previous owners had left some items behind that the new owners didn't want. Shocking, right? For me, I got big feet, right? I wear size 14s, and what they call the run of the stair, which is the horizontal length, and the rise would be the vertical distance. The run on these stairs, very small. I always had to be careful on stairs because my feet are twice the size of these things. Okay, so if you know anything about drywall, anything about paint, you know that to repair this is really not such a big deal. It's not a severe repair, but what you have to understand is there's oftentimes there's an emotional attachment. If you damage a client's property, sometimes some people are going to take it better than others. In this case, I immediately contacted the referring broker. Even though the repair is simple to do, I know exactly what to do that. I have a background in construction, among some other things, and it really is not a big deal to patch this. But you never want to do work on somebody's property without their permission. Especially, well, I'm going to scratch that. Not especially. Never do it. Do not work on somebody's property without their expressed permission. You're going to get yourself in trouble eventually by doing that. But the other point I want to make is that this property is in transition from the previous owners to the new owners. And that transition, I believe the escrow had closed, the change of ownership was 100%. But if something like this happens in between, then there may be some additional disclosures that your realtor or broker that you're working with, they may have to disclose, right? I've bought and sold a couple houses myself. I own a couple rentals in addition to my primary residence. I was doing real estate investing before I started a junk removal business. And I can tell you that there is a standard disclaimer about work. Has work been performed in the last, I believe it's 30 days, or it might be 60 or 90 days, but X period of time leading up to the sale of that property. Well, guess what? You just performed work, and you may have required a change to that disclaimer because work did take place within 30 days or 60 days or 90 days of closing. But even if it's not a realtor or broker, you always want to be honest with your clients. The last thing you want is a client to come across a repair or even damage, if you didn't repair it, without them knowing about it. Most, not all, but most people are going to be perfectly okay. They're not going to be happy about damage to the property, but they're going to be okay with the fact that you were upfront and honest with them, and you have solutions to remedy that situation. Which brings me to my next point. Solutions to remedy that situation. Now, I know damn well that even many of my local competitors are not adequately covered with their insurance. I know that for a fact. They're not going to have the commercial auto, which is, in this case, that is the insurance that would have covered that hole because I was carrying items out that we were hired to take. General liability, not going to cover that. Commercial auto will. The way you can kind of think about it is general liability covers you on your way to go pick up whatever it is you were hired to take, and the commercial auto, once it's in your possession, protects you on the way out while you're moving that item. There's some other nuances there. And then of course workers' compensation is if you got somebody that's injured, they can go through workers' comp instead of suing you or suing the client, the property owner. That's another thing I know many of my local competitors do not have is workers' compensation because it's expensive. It really is. Okay, so that's column A, right? Make sure you're properly insured. Column B is going to be have a list of reliable companies or people that you can subcontract this work out to. Now, I personally could do that work, but I'm way too busy. It is, this is a selling point that we use as a junk removal company, right? Is that your time is valuable, your time is better spent focusing on what you do. That may be you go to your kid's baseball game or soccer game or whatever it might be. If you're running a business, that means that you do not have to take your employees off of their standard duties, so they're able to continue to produce for you and generate more revenue for your business. If you're a realtor, property manager, contractor, it's the same thing, the same concept, in that you want to have these people focused on what they do and let somebody else take care of the rest. Now that's us in junk removal. A realtor is not going to go, most are not going to go and clear out a whole house full of stuff. There was a whole truckload, 18 cubic yards. they needed a company to get it done for them. Now, could they technically go rent a U-Haul and handle it themselves? Especially this being a broker. I mean, he's the boss of his office. He just grabs one of his agents or somebody from the desk and, okay, let's go handle this. But therein again, insurance, right? Us as small business owners like to pretend that we operate our business, but the reality is the rules are set forth by government and insurance, and then we figure out what we can do without without stepping on the toes of those agencies, without the word I want to use is escaping me right now. But in any case, that's pretty much it. Now, as far as this specific scenario, the house is vacant and the new owners do not move in until 2 days from now. So through the phone call chain, I called our client and he called the appropriate people to get permission to do the work. We were given the thumbs up. It just had to be done by the time that the new homers moved in 2 days from now. Today's Wednesday, they're moving in Friday. So I had to get that work done tomorrow. Now I have a list of appropriate people to handle situations like this. Could be a contractor, handyman, et cetera, et cetera. The first person I called was unable to get this done tomorrow. Good thing I have depth on my list, because it took till my third attempt to find somebody that said, yes, we can get that done for you, no problem at all. So that's the other thing. Relying on one vendor for your needs, not a good thing. You need some redundancy. Now, when all is said and done, this is not going to be a big deal. It's going to be a couple bucks out of my pocket. I'm not going to send it through insurance. Had it been more severe, perhaps insurance would have been contacted for a claim. Depth in my available labor pool: contractors, handymen. What it could be, carpet cleaning. Could be any number of things that. Any number of services that are required, and that's it. You need to broaden your horizons there a little bit. So that's all for this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and sign off. I'm late for dinner. I just had to go finish up one last job. We do this dumpster service where we clean up the dumpster area and bring the dumpsters out to the normal pickup location for the garbage company. I just finished doing that, and that's it. Signing off. This is James Swank with JUNK180. 707-536-0740. Check us out online. New and improved website. Junk Removal Authority hooked us up with that. Looks great, performing well. JUNK180.com. All right, everybody. Till next time, get your ass covered properly and work those connections. You're gonna need those connections at some point, just like I did today. See you next time. Bye-bye.